Right, it's time for Journey is Interactive, and Aisha has joined me. And Aisha, one of the things we're going to be talking about, or we're asking our viewers to talk about or comment and react to, has to do with the video.
The video
that's gone
the
viral
video of the
between President John Mahama and
is it ex-president
well,
Rawlings?
outgoing ex-president. Oh wow! I said President John Mahama.
Yes, it's ex-president
It's
Rawlings.
actually ex-president John Rawlings and the mayor, outgoing mayor of Accra, Oko van der Poel,
It's one of the
an
interesting
incoming
videos.
MP, member of Parliament
Choco.
for that. It was a pretty funny interaction.
Interesting.
But anyway, we'll leave our
very
viewers to help us
interesting.
sort that one out.
Definitely. And so you know how to join this beautiful interaction is on facebook.com/joinnewsontv. On Twitter is on joinnewsontv. Don't send harsh messages. Let's be very conversational. Let's be objective and then go straight to the point. Now, President John Dramani Mahama addressed Parliament for the last time as he delivered his final State of the Nation address. Now, unlike the previous ones, today's address was short and only lasted for about 30 minutes. The president summarizing some of the projects his government has undertaken also encouraged nationalism among political leaders and Ghanaians. Well, a cross-section of the public feel the address was kind of reconciliatory, but what is your own impression about the president's address today?
I think it was fantastic. It was marvelous. It is a sign of a good president who is going out with a clear intention of uniting the nation.
All right, so I want to find out from you what's your own impression about the president's address today. I mean, one unique thing, it was very short.
Yeah, it was short.
Unusual.
I think that's what we can talk about. The fact
unusual
that it was short, of course. But it takes again unusual. We find ourselves in very interesting times. I mean, there's a president who sought a second term, but didn't get it.
Definitely,
because it hasn't happened most of the time. In fact, all of the time, the presidents who delivered their last State of the Nation address are presidents who are outgoing. They didn't seek re-election.
Definitely.
Because we're not entitled to another term, and so they were going out. But it turns out that this is the first president who happens to have sought re-election but didn't get it, and yet he is compelled to, deliver a State of the Nation address.
The last one.
And,
I don't think it's a pleasant situation.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. I mean, ideally, I suspect that probably he would have said, forget about it. I don't want to. I mean,
if he had his own way,
had his way, okay, forget about it.
But what struck me, I was very touched when he started talking about how he and the president-elect came into Parliament the same year, 1997, and when he said they both left at the same year, and how close they were whilst working together in Parliament. I was touched because, of course, people have said that the message was reconciliatory, but indeed, I saw that even though it's painful to be going away, but I think I just like the way the president,
because that's the honorable thing to do.
Exactly, and I think it's nice. Even if you look at when the incoming president went to visit him at the Flagstaff House, you could tell that there's some kind of relationship among them, and I think it's a good thing that all political leaders should
Indeed, it's very easy for somebody. I mean, it would be very easy for Nana-Addo to warm up to President John Mahama.
Exactly.
Because indeed you've won the presidency and you're going to be the next president. It's not a pleasant thing if you have the outgoing president, the outgoing president, and then it's a tough thing. You've lost something so huge.
It is, but I think he's showing the man in him. Yeah. Of course, if you want to be a politician, you should be ready for all of this. And
let's get on to Facebook and see the comments that have come to. Kwesi Boateng says, as he said in the address, he did his best. That was the best posture and demeanor he could have exhibited considering the magnitude of defeat he suffered. He did well by even mastering the courage to come and lie to us once again that operators of the school feeding program have been paid. Ismail Haile says GM has once again demonstrated his peace-loving person. He called on all Ghanaians to support the incoming administration. In fact, he actually did that. I've started missing him already.
But did you realize that he didn't say anything to all the cheers coming his way? I mean, typical of President Mahama, you know, he would pause and say something.
It's an unusual State of the Nation address. Let's just put it
interesting. And Aburi, how much he said, I think his lengthy speeches didn't win him the or needed votes. So why should he waste his time on this one? Posterity will judge everything. And Kukubo Peter Selom says the address was malnutritious. Oh, really? He talked on only 4 sectors of the economy, which is too bad. The address was also inconsistent with earlier information in the public domain. Some figures were inconsistent, especially figures prior to the elections. He said he inherited a poor economy. My question is, from who? All right, Iedana Yakubu says it was quite succinct and reconciliatory. He did his best as a president, but his best was woefully inadequate. He wished himself well in his permanent retirement. Oh, that's not fair. Bao Musa says this is the most lackluster state of the nation address that I have ever witnessed. Too dull for my liking. And Al Hassan Habib says, he did quite well. He said they have finished settling on the feeding grants, but we need to know that the management have not received their pay yet. It means the president had to ask the minister to pay for it, but he refused. So what are they going to do in less than 48 hours? Prince Nuruddin Baumia says, what I noticed from the present final state of the nation is that talk about the corruption scandal in the country. And Rich Brunei Darussalam says, I think Mr. President acted mature today as a leader, father, loser, and politician. William Yahweh J says he has nothing much to say. He will be remembered as the worst president Ghana has had since independence. Hashtag bye bye Mahama. All right, that's not quite fair, but also in a video which has gone viral on social media, and interestingly, this happened at the same event. There is Mayor of Accra, Alfred of Kovandapoy, attempting to interact with former President Jerry John Rawlings. Now, what made this video go viral from the early hours of today till now is a dramatic way in which former President Rawlings seemingly shunned the mayor as they both entered the Chamber of Parliament. Now, let's take a look at the video in question. So, so many people have various interpretations of what exactly may have transpired, but I need you to give me a dialogue of communication you imagine took place in between the two men. Example, I'm imagining that Mr. Vanderpoel said, good morning, Chairman, and probably he didn't want to talk, so he said, he nodded to, you know, and I'm sure Mr. Vanderpoel was looking forward to a dialogue, but which probably was not appealing to the former president. What do you think?
Well, I think the former president, Jerry John Rawlings, he was on his way, I think, to Parliament. And then Oko came. When Oko got to him, he greeted him, and the former president, acknowledged. I think Oko then wanted to walk side by side with him up there. But the former president didn't want that. So he asked him to wait for him to go first, and then he could follow later.
For the look of the video, you can tell a very incensed former president, Jerry John Rawlings. He doesn't want to deal with certain personalities within the NDC fraternity. So, you know, the gesture is like, stay away from me. Don't get nearer. You don't get too close. It is like, don't get too close. Maybe he's going to do something that is going to be very ridiculous.
I'm sure Van der Poel walked up to him and said, "No, nukpa, find me boy." Say, yeah. And then he decides to walk. Hold on. And then he has to wait because you can't do anything much. You realize that he's not in very good terms. So I don't know what it looks like, but anyway, that's what it looked like. Yeah, but that's what I think happened. But I'm sure people have funnier connotations to it.
Boss, and say, yeah, but can I see you? Excuse me. You see, like embarrassed, like I don't want even to hear from him because it's really pissed off. Understand? Like he was annoyed with them. So like I don't want to hear anything from them. Understand? Yeah. So that's what I think.
All right, I'd like to see the video once again, and then I'll tell you what I think happened. So, David, please play that. Okay, I think let's go. I think this will happen. So initially he approached him. He says, "Onupa minga boy." And then this was the second. So he greeted him first. He nodded. And then the second instance,
I'm sure he wanted a conversation or something.
Nah.
He
carried on.
Interesting.
Or he would say, Oula. Then you're missing what the mayor then said to him. The mayor said, "Oh." Right.
Interesting. So let's see what people are saying.
So Kwesi Boateng Ayepa, he says, Papa J, good morning. And Papa J said, good morning. And Oko says, there's this issue. Hold it there. How many times have I warned you to shave that beard of yours before talking to me? Fioko. Then Oko says, it's me, Africa best mayor.
Oh, get away.
All right. I mean, people are just making these things up. That wasn't exactly what happened. Barry Don Flexi says, in fact, I'm not an NDC member, but I don't talk putting up such attitude in public domain. Okay, Idris Barry from Winneba. And Pat says, JJ was asking him not to touch him because his beard was annoying him. Oh, really? Eric says, okay, so Okovanapoy says, good morning, Papa J. And then Papa J says, what? And Oko says, I was only greeting you, Papa J. And then says, okay, Papa, how was? Then Papa J says, hey, hold it right there. Evan says, I salute this man, JJ. He doesn't operate under hypocrisy. If he doesn't like you, he will place it right at your face. Okay, Aisha, you take Davo.
Davo says, good morning, sir. That's Oko speaking, and then
okay,
Papa
let's do
J
it this
say
way.
morning.
So you say the Oko dialogue, and then I'll say the Papa J
Okay,
one.
so good morning, sir.
Morning.
Please, can I speak to you?
Master, stay away. I don't speak to thieves. Rosalind.
Rosalind says, hello, sir.
Papa J, hi.
I wanted to come.
No, stay right there. Don't come closer. Okay,
And
Sita Mohammed.
Sita Mohammed says, it's like, sir, good morning, sir.
Good.
Sorry, I want my
friend.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, Don Ziggy. Will be our last
Oko
one.
says, hello, sir. How far?
Yes, what you get for me?
I just want to follow you enter.
My brother, stay where you day and no follow me. If not, you go chop slap.
And those are some interesting comments from Facebook. But
okay, by the way, they're all made up. I mean, this is not what exactly
definitely,
transpired.
I mean,
we just ask people to assume, and that's what they
what
thought.
kind of conversation
And we
was
just
going?
only dramatized it.
All right. And this one is a blast because the son of a former Taiwanese official hired 50 strippers to perform during the procession for his late father. He hired the 50 exotic dancers to give a sexy performance on top of 50 jeeps. According to him, his father lived an exciting life and life, so he wanted his father to have an exciting burial ceremony. Tell me, what do you love so much so that you would love to see done at your funeral?
Well, I love music, and I believe music is powerful. So when I'm dead, I want a lot of music to be sung and to be played, because music is life.
Well, I think I prefer decency because it's someone's life and you shouldn't just use that as an opportunity to party or to, celebrate. It's a funeral. You have to show respect to the dead body and to the people that are also present. That's what I think.
I like to laugh a lot. So when people come to my funeral, I'd love it if they come to celebrate my life and not mourn that I'm gone. They shouldn't be sad. They should be very happy. They should laugh a lot.
I love doing many things, but to have something done at my funeral that is not related to funeral, I think that I'll find very odd. Like for instance, I like clubbing. I love music, I love secular music. But I don't think because of that I would like it to be played, or I would like a club ambience at my funeral. But I don't hope to die anyway right now.
Oh, when I die, I like people to be dancing for me, because me, I'm a dancer already. So I like people who dance for me, yeah.
Israel, I'm sure you would want people to come and read the news.
Oh no.
That's your funeral.
A couple of tributes that'll be okay, but that's actually the video.
So that's the video. Wow, this guy is bold, man. But you can't do this in Ghana.
And this looks like a formation dance, so they were all dancing in formation.
Okay, but the dressing alone is killer.
Okay, the video is buffering at this point.
All right, so do we have video of the day? Photo of the day. Okay,
The comments on Facebook.
That's the video of the day. Let's check what you have been saying on Facebook.
So Evan says, I would just like people to be honest and say what they know about me, not a display of hypocrisy when I'm gone. Richmond says, only bodybuilders are invited to my funeral. Only 6 packs individuals. Pot belly. Prince Nuruddin says, listening to the word of God and then observing my cultural dance. That's Damba. Yeah.
And Hamidu Adam says, only a serious prayer because it's the only way that I can be guaranteed entering heaven. Singing and dancing at my funeral can never send me anywhere. Japheth says, everybody should come with his or her own food and drink. Hey, moreover, no move should be paid as well as they are not going to be served with food. Period. Hashtag Onapo. Al-Hassan Habib says, ha ha ha, you? What are you saying? Give my family 80% more life, but I don't pray for death too. And Joseph Poku Ganza says, my church members should sing hymns for about 5 hours or more. And I'll be very much glad. 5 hours. Hey. And Don Martino says, I'm not in for such morbid fantasies. Honorable Kofi Frimpong Chemante says, he. When I'm dead, I'm gone. No need for all these.
True.
Of course, true. And let's check the sound bite of the day.
But in historical terms, almost all good leaders, all good achievers were never recognized during their time. It takes 5 years, 10 years, 20 years to recognize Leonardo da Vinci as a good artist or a painter, or Aristotle as a good philosopher, or President Nkrumah as a good Africanist. And it took 50 years for the AU to put up a statue for him in Addis Ababa. So President Mahama is a historian. He knows it may take 10, 15 years for what he has also done for Ghana to be fully appreciated. But for the time being, he's leaving office, and he lives in grace, he lives in glory. And I think all of us who have served with him appreciate his contribution to the country.
All right,
Well,
so...
there's quite some sense in what's saying. I mean, it's quite true.
well, yeah, so what do I have to say? I just have to wait for posterity. I mean, 10 years down the line, let's see how we remember President John Mahama.
Definitely, definitely. Let's see the picture of the day.
All right, now this photo, I'm not sure, well, this is more like caught in the moment kind of photo, because I'm sure the vice president was walking in a certain direction, and then Dr. Mamadou Bawumia was also just in stride.
Yeah.
Except if you take the photo as it is now, it looks funny. Well, the vice president's pose looks funny.
But like you said, he was in motion, and so.
Yeah.
But interestingly, this is posted on Nanado's Facebook wall.
Well, yeah, this was when the Nanado was taking on a tour of the Flagstaff House, and they took photos from there and then shared.
Is this the only picture they saw?
Well, there are loads of photos. I'm sure they took loads. I'm sure they took loads of photos, but this is the one that looked interesting. So, yeah,
well, and on that interesting note, that's how we drop the curtains on the interactive segment. My name is Aisha Ibrahim.
But before you just sign off, some of the comments that have come underneath this post is that I was asking him if he had left answers to the 170 statements.
And I'm sure the question came in a shock, so he had to start well before he can answer this.
All right. Thank you very much, Aisha, for joining me for Joining Us Interactive.